The phone is right there. Right there. How come you're not gonna go touch your phone? I don't even want that phone right now. And then when you look through your phone, it's on what she was looking at. And she already done got screenshot, sent it to Bridget.
Bridget's everything, Bridget.
So it's like, yo, bro, at this point, it's like...
We're back. Welcome back. Week 2, season 2. We're calling this season 2. Everyone's cool with that?
Yeah, I'm cool.
All right, your boy X, back in the place to be. Uncommon Sense. Come on, the podcast you've been waiting for. Who am I here with?
Money Mitch.
Ocho.
Yeah, man, and we're here to talk. You know what? First and foremost, I want to apologize. So on the last episode, I had said we were getting a guest. Unfortunately, life happens and things happen, so the guest has been postponed. You're back with the Manum, though, so you're in good hands. You know what I mean?
Place to be.
Anyways, in today's conversation, what's going on my phone? Don't even answer that. In today's conversation, what do I feel like unpacking? Quick run through. How's everyone's weekend quickly? Nothing too deep, nothing too serious, just, basic.
Not really. Traffic.
Traffic's fucked up right now?
The X.
Did you go yet?
No.
Okay.
Going. Don't know when, though. Don't know when, but I'm going.
Word. Going your significant other, going on your dolo? Life?
Maybe, yeah.
All right, cool. TQ's calling me. Oh, well, sorry for him. Yeah. Yourself. How's the weekend for you? How's life? Life has been good? Give him a little update, bro. Come on.
Shit, weekend was alright.
You back on the road?
Yeah.
Man's back on the road, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Have to sort that out still.
Come on.
It's crazy how a man got back on the road. He didn't want to act like he's back on the road.
I don't know.
That's
Man,
a
act
good
like nothing transpired. The whole life was in upside down. The man's
Fuck, just keeping it moving, But yeah, I was on foot for about a week.
okay.
thing. Crazy.
Yeah. Oh man, how was life on foot? For that 1 week in the period of life, it was.
It just takes longer than it should, and then borrowing people's car. And
Did you ever end up taking public transportation while you were on foot?
one night I did.
How was that? I only asked that out of curiosity. I haven't been on public transportation in years. Is it different from what I remember? High school was probably last, high school.
It was like Sunday night, so it wasn't that bad, to be honest with you.
Right.
There's not that much traffic on the road.
Right.
I don't really mind taking the train, to be honest with you.
Not bad.
Just sit there.
You know what though? Have you seen
if it was like during the week or something, that'd be impossible. I'd have to get a Uber or something like to get around. Like, I only had to go like 2 places, But
okay.
That shit'll take forever on a regular day. TTC.
Right. Kind of random, but it's been a thing. People have been saying that they've been feeling unsafe or have an unsafe vibe while taking public transportation, may it be the TTC, like the actual train station, or the bus. Did you feel any of that while you're on there in the I don't know?
It's not any more unsafe than before. I think now we just got the camera phones and everything.
Right.
So everything will get recorded.
Right.
And see everything. But I feel like it would be the same amount of incidents like all the while. I mean, it's a public transportation. It's
I don't know.
weird
This
people,
city get
like,
wild
you have all
sometimes.
kinds of different people. Like shit's gonna happen.
I understand. Did you end
But
up?
I don't think it's unsafe. I never felt like, oh fuck, I'm in danger. Like what the hell?
Okay. Did you see the clip that went viral about the stabbing that transpired? I guess that's what kind of re-sparked everyone feeling unsafe about things. There was a stabbing that transpired on the TTC. I think a guy was listening to his music. He was confronted by another passenger on the bus, and then I think the passenger who confronted him initially ended up assaulting him first, and then ended up getting stabbed up as a result about it. But everyone was like in a big fluster, as if, oh my god, the TTC is so unsafe because men are getting stabbed on the thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Well, it was that.
Did you guys see that?
It was that, but it was that. It was like people pushing people. Then it was like a
There's
girl
like
got
a
slashed.
series of incidents.
Yeah.
And shit, but I would say, in like year round, taking the train, taking the bus, I don't think most people are unsafe or any more unsafe than 5 years ago, 10 years ago. I think we just got camera phones, so all the shit that was happening,
Right.
you couldn't see it before, but now,
Right.
like you can see everything on Instagram. So
Right.
makes
You know
me
what?
feel like-
That's an interesting point that you bring up the camera phone aspect about society, I guess, right now, because like even city-wise, people are continually bringing up how unsafe the city is or how much violence really transpires and whatnot. But
I swear they said crime's down.
well, that's what I'm
Some kind of,
alluding to, right?
30% from this time last year or something like violent crime specifically. It's like, so I think it's just again like just the access to the footage and
Right.
Instagram. People just keep talking about it, make it seem like it's crazy, but it's not. It's not that crazy.
Yeah, that's what I say. It's like, so basically, you have these moments that are being captured and kind of exacerbated in society and social media, and then people are like, "Oh my god," because that becomes the focal point of attention, right?
It's just because you could see it everywhere at like the same time. Like, you know, somebody posts something, it's gonna be probably on like 4 different things. So no
Right.
matter what you're scrolling, you're gonna see it. So it just makes it look bigger.
Sometimes like I read the comments and shit, and people make it seem like we live in like Philadelphia or
Chicago,
or
right? Yeah.
Detroit
People
or
are
something like. Do you know what type of shit is going on over there? Like those are places that got a similar population and they got way more murders every year.
Yeah.
So I think we live in a relatively safe city, you know?
I feel that. Have you? I know, completely off topic. Has anybody been to New York?
Yeah.
When I was younger.
Oh,
Yeah, when I was younger, yeah.
do you agree with the comparison of Toronto being, I guess, a microcosm or like a
Like a
micro?
mini New York?
Yeah.
It has its similarities.
Right. Do you know? Does anybody know anything about New York's crime rate or the violence that transpires there? Is it like
It's
substantially,
generally worse.
like a lot by statistics, or just like in relation to the population we
Well,
have?
obviously, they got way more people.
Well, that's what I'm asking. Is it
right?
in relation to the
But
population?
I do think it's a bit worse. Like even like because you know when they do like crime statistics, they do like per capita.
Right.
So like how many of these crimes, like if they divide it up, like how many incidents per 100,000 people or some shit like that.
Yeah.
So I think they usually have a higher murder rate than us. I think like a year ago or 2 years ago, there was like a period of time where like we were just shooting more people than they were. Like it was like in the news, like our
Yeah.
violent crime rate is worse than New York. But I think it was like for a period of time, it was a stretch.
Was
It's
that
pure
the-
madness, you know?
Was that the
What?
year of the gun?
No, the year of the
No,
gun is
that
like
was
back when
like-
we were
that was
kids.
like
Okay,
Like,
years
oh,
ago.
this is more
Okay,
recent.
okay.
Like
I
a
got
couple
you. Okay, I
years
got you.
ago.
This was probably during COVID.
Sometime
Yeah.
during
Okay.
like around then.
Yeah.
So for that period of time, was 2 months, 3 months, whatever. I think we were doing like it was worse.
Right.
It's like
here
once they
than
introduced
there.
that mask on, gloves on,
Oh,
come
yeah,
outside,
yeah.
Toronto got
I
different.
would say on a regular basis, year in, year
Yeah.
out, they probably have more crime, like per capita, like
Makes sense.
violent crime
Makes sense.
in New York than here.
It makes sense. Definitely. Anyway, what did I end up doing? So this weekend, I had actually ended up filming more content with Joybox. Remember the company I told you about, the content creation
Yeah.
company? And then we had done another Jubilee style social experiment video. This one, we're gonna be reviewing that, I believe, in the next pod if possible. If the video comes out by then, we're gonna do like a live reaction, kind of like you see what we're dealing with and see what I was
Yeah.
a part of. But so this time was, instead of the men being asked an alignment of questions, it was women being asked an alignment of questions, and I was behind the scenes assessing their answers and all that. Right. Great experience. Good. Like I always love working with Joybox. It's a fantastic community. Fantastic. You know, everyone over there is amazing. Shout out Joybox. But what had really, I don't want to say caught my attention, but I guess it had stayed in my mind. It stayed with me. So the topic of red pill conversation. Like, are you guys familiar with the red pill aspect of like YouTube and everything that transpires in that realm
Yeah.
of things?
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to give anybody want to give a little breakdown before we digress into it? I don't know. I like what you were saying before.
Well, the red pill analogy comes from the Matrix,
Right.
movie, where like basically everybody's living in a simulation, and then these people
Like Andrew Tate.
like who's in the movie? What's
Morpheus.
up? Morpheus, yeah.
Yeah.
Morpheus is like he's trying to like, you know, like
Unplug the mandem.
yeah, he's trying
Yeah.
to unplug
Show them the
everybody
real
from the
world.
Matrix and show them reality, you know. And then there's a point in the movie where I think he offers Neo the red pill or the blue pill,
Yeah.
and then the blue pill means like, yo, you just go back into the Matrix and just
Yeah.
live your life
Or
like
you
it
want the
was
truth.
before, or you take the red pill and you know you follow us and into reality, and we show you what it really is, and then we fight the fight type of thing, you know. So like those people in that YouTube space, like basically, I guess call it the red pill, because they're like freeing men from like the Matrix. Like we're living in a Matrix where like, I don't know, like men's rights or men's opinions are being like suppressed,
Yeah.
and the red pill people are
the
like
ones that show you-
Morpheus,
yeah.
they're gonna
So
pull the
like
man
they're
out of it
basically,
type of shit.
it's like they're trying to stop men from being men. Like the other
Like
people,
the Matrix,
like, you know,
the
they're
world
trying,
as
yeah,
it is trying to stop men from being men,
and
and these people are
trying to
going to free.
Yeah. Okay, I got it. I got it.
from that.
Right.
And I agree. I say I'd be with the red pill shit.
Right. Under the pretense of what we just described. Yeah, definitely. That makes sense. Right. And I guess like he was saying, the notion of suppressing masculinity in society. Right. And I guess you have these individuals who go on these platforms, such as like, I guess, Red Pill, not fucking Red Pill, Andrew Tate,
Yeah.
the Fresh and Fit guys.
Yeah.
I'm not I'm avid in that space. Like, you know, I was even hesitant whether Kevin Samuels, because I like Kevin Samuels, rest in peace. if he'd be considered a red pill guy. Would you consider Kevin Samuels red pill?
I don't know the exact standards, but I'm gonna assume that like he would be put in that category because like the people that make that content, they often reference him.
Right.
So I don't know if he actually is, but I
Well,
would
maybe.
just say
You know what? I've seen a particular. Wasn't he?
conversation
conversationally,
say
yeah.
the man was involved in.
Okay. So yeah. So basically, men who are alluding or preaching the word of men's betterment, right? And they talk about topics in regards of like getting your health in order, getting your finance in order, how to navigate the dating world, and then basically what has happened, I guess, as a result of just the message continually being repeated throughout the internet space is the dating aspect of the red pill culture kind of gets exemplified, right? And so you have a lot of men who are navigating the dating space under the mindset like, I don't know, I don't like it because in that space, women are almost kind of portrayed as like I don't want to say the enemy because that's like a crass word, but like I don't know, like the opposition to an extent.
I
Whereas
think opposition's a good word.
opposition, right? I like that one. Whereas like it's continually being preached that in order to successfully navigate the dating world, you would have to, become a high value man in order to, and like by definition, a high value man, I guess under these pretenses, is someone who earns a lot, someone whose health is in order, someone who would that be the only credentials realistically?
No, so it's I guess no kids.
So yeah,
It's no kids.
okay, yeah, that
It's
makes
I
sense.
don't
good.
think there's no kids.
No, it's like
As
it's
a
like
man?
so it's basically say like you're higher in value if you're at a certain age and you have no kids but all your shit in order, you're at a high value because you don't come with baggage. They're looking at it like you don't really come with any
I'm not
baggage.
sure, and I'm not an expert.
No, but because you can focus on like when you have kids, I'm saying like you can't focus on really what you have to focus on for
I
yourself.
think they advised you as a young man not to have a kid early so that you can focus on it. But like say you're like 35 and you have kids, like there's 35-year-old family men that are considered high value men.
I
Right.
don't know.
So I don't think
No,
having
I
a
hear
kid
what he's saying.
is an issue. I think they say it's like a deterrent. Like it's going to distract you and make it more difficult
Okay.
for you to become a high value man. But if you're a high value man, you've achieved success in your life and you have a child, that doesn't now make you not a high value
No,
man.
no,
I don't think
I'm
that's
hearing
what
that, but
they're
I'm just saying like obviously when they're preaching to you, they're preaching to you from if you don't have this, don't do it now. Start now to build your life and then get your
like
kid.
build your life first,
Yeah.
then have the child.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Establish what you got to do, set the groundwork, and then
Right.
build.
So I would put that as like a box in terms if we're evaluating someone's value in society, like socially, having kids, I guess at an early age, or especially kids you can't find, or not even being with your children's mother. That like cousin says, you're
It's-
associated with baggage now.
I don't.
Is it no?
Because it's like, do you think women are being picky these days too, right? They're saying, oh, we don't want a guy that has kids, which is crazy because
But like
obviously if the question is
shit,
reversed, we sound like we're hating on them if they have kids and we don't want to date them. But they're asking the same thing. They don't want a guy with kids.
Yeah, but I'm still okay. Go ahead. What were you saying?
Well, I was gonna say in regards to high value man, that's like a standard that people created. Like,
Yeah.
I think there's like specific criteria. I don't know where every one of them is, but I don't think having a child takes you off the list. I think they tell you don't have a child early because it will make it harder for you to become a high value man. But
Yeah, I guess.
simply having a child is not going to disqualify you. I don't think that that's part of the thing. And then also when it comes into like having a baby mother versus having a wife, well, those are ways in which having the child can become an issue. But
Right.
simply having, if you and your woman are married and you have a kid, I don't think no one's gonna say this guy's not a high.
Yeah,
value man,
that's
you
that's
know?
that's
so
different.
It's how
That's
you
different.
go about doing it.
It's a
that
box on the
probably
checklist.
also
Yeah.
dictates. And
Right.
if you have a bag of baby mothers,
I look at it
like,
different if it's like
probably not.
the household. The household is a complete household because then you guys build together.
Pretty-
So it's
pretty
like
much.
you're obviously,
Hold up.
you're high value to the women on the outside because you can maintain a relationship and you're growing as like a couple, like a family.
Well, I do think value in itself is a subjective thing.
Mhm.
But for when we're talking about like a high value man, that's like a terminology that other people created and
Yeah.
are like basing their opinions
do you-
off of. So I think there's like specific criteria for that. But in each individual woman or man could have their own different opinion on what's valuable to them. They're just creating like a general standard.
Right.
Okay, question.
Go ahead.
Do you think that when you get categorized as like, okay, the high value man, do you think the people who don't reach that standard feel way worse and that they can't achieve that?
Sorry, like rephrase that.
Like,
Like, what do you mean?
I,
like,
I
so-
get his question.
okay, go ahead. Answer.
Do you
it
understand
now.
what I'm saying, right? Like
Yeah.
if since it's out there,
Just
okay,
give me
the
like a
high,
hypothetical.
okay, the high valued man.
Okay.
If it's out there, like, okay, this is the definition of a high valued man. The guys who don't feel that they can reach that quota,
Right.
that puts pressure on them.
So like, basically you're saying, does the idea of a high value man make men that don't reach that level, does it make them feel insecure?
Yes.
Or inadequate. Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like that insecurity already existed. They just create a formal terminology for some shit we already knew. Like, if you're that nigga, you're that nigga, bro. Like,
Is this a
you know,
social media term? Or is it
it's
like, you know what I'm
become more
saying?
It's the
popular
internet. It's the
over-
internet,
too.
Yeah, the past few years.
I'm
on
not gonna say social media, internet, yeah.
YouTube. I think that's where I don't know who invented it, but it's been like popularized over social media and YouTube in the past
Right.
few years.
More specifically, it's been popularized in the red pill space of like YouTube and like has trickled down into social media lanes, right? And so basically what I have seen it to be quantified to is actually like people who, and it's been simplified, don't get me wrong, by this definition, but people who generally earn a lot of money, right? They consider themselves high. If you're tall, like your health is on point, you're physically fit, you're good looking, you have the ability to, I don't know, get the women that you want in this world, and you earn enough to take care of yourself as well as, I don't know, take care of anybody you would decide to bring under you, right? Because the notion, also another median or notion of this high value narrative is that men are providers, men are protectors, and that's what they're supposed to be doing for whoever they're involved with, right? For women and all that. What I do see happening a lot, I see people taking these concepts and running with them in a way to kind of like justify behaviors or actions that I don't want to say are unjust, but like, fuck, I don't know. It's like, okay, so for example, because an ideology within this belief system is that men who are supposed to protect and provide. So if you are in a relationship with a woman and you are providing all, like you pay all the bills, she doesn't have to worry about nothing while she's with you. Because you do so, a common misconception or a common like theme I see is that like men should be offered or allowed the freedom to sleep with or pursue other women, right?
Okay.
Because it's like, I'm taking care of everything. If I want to go do this, then why are you stopping me? Or like, why not? And basically it would be like the women, they should just know that this is what comes with when you're dealing with a high value man.
Yes.
Right?
Okay,
A man's he's gonna get a lot of female attention. This is a possibility, whether it's not he pursues them and tries to like have sex with multiple women while he's with them. And I don't want to say it, but like kind of like being able to like be a dictator in a relationship because of the role that you play, right? And so like I don't want to say like the women become like second class citizens in the relationship, but like they really don't have no say when it comes to, I don't know, their like your position and like what you.
So this is what they signed up for.
Basically. Like that's what people who believe this mindset or this ideology, they kind of get across. Like, this is what you signed up for when you're fucking with a high value man. You know what I mean?
Just for the fact that he has other options.
Right. And the options are available to him. And if he would like to use them at his disposal, he is allowed to do so. One, because he protects and he provides and he does all the things that a man is traditionally supposed to do for a woman.
So if he's taking care of the main one,
His main eyes.
if he's taking care of the main one and he has a side piece or whoever it is that he chooses to be on the side and he can financially deal with everybody.
Right.
She's
Under that mindset, the
she's supposed to
woman
be cool with that.
Exactly.
A lot of women ain't gonna like that. But
So what's your question?
like,
Do you think that is justified? Do you think, like, as a normal person, like, I'm sure as individuals, everyone's on their path to becoming a high-level individual, if that's, the what you do. Try to get their life in order. Everyone wants to be financially secure, free, and have, the resources they allow or they would like available to them. Do you feel that is justifiable? I want to say, in particular, the sleeping with, like, a lot of women while you're in a relationship, for example. Say you have a girl. Do you think it's justified and that she literally has no right or no say or, like, no entitlement to feel upset while fucking with you?
I don't know. I can't. I don't think she definitely has all right to be pissed. Like, I'm not gonna say she's not gonna tell me she's not gonna be pissed. She's gonna be pissed. It's just, I think a lot of shit was probably more accepted back in the day, and now it's a lot of, like, women of empowerment. Like, we don't let men do this. So it's like their mindset is different now. I think before, like my mom's age group, they would have just been okay, cool, as long as nothing comes home.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because they were trying. I guess for them, it's like, if we're gonna try to make this work, let's make it work. Like if she ain't coming home and bothering the family and getting into our actual life, then it's fine. If she does, like, if we don't, nobody hears about it, it never happened.
Right.
So
What do you think? Do you think that cheating in a relationship is justified if you're a high value man?
Shit, I don't know if it's justified, but I know that. Like,
Talk a little closer. Talk to your Mac.
my bad. I don't know if it's justified, but I know a lot of guys like that's ideal. Like that's what a lot of guys want. Like for keeping it real. Like
No, I
a
understand.
lot of men would like the idea of like, yo, I'm taking care of everything. So whatever I do outside the crib, is my business. Like,
mhm.
I pretty much just excuse that, you know. So I feel like a lot of guys probably would like that, but is it actually practical? Or like
Banging track.
not even just practical, like justifiable? I don't know.
You gotta weigh out the pros and cons.
Yeah, it's kind of
Like you gotta wait.
I think some people could get away with it and some people can't, and it's not all just about money. It's like if you're the exceptional individual in this woman's eyes, then she'll probably be willing to tolerate some of the things that come with you. But I don't think money necessarily gives you access to that. It'll definitely help out your case because money makes everything better, you know?
Right.
Money gives you more leverage in like any negotiation. You
Mhm.
want to jump the line at the club, pay him a little extra at the door.
Mhm.
Money will help, you know,
Mhm.
facilitate things. But at the end of the day, I don't think you can monetize like the human experience. You know what I mean? So if she doesn't rate you that much, just because you pay the bills and all that, like, bro, probably when you go to work, she can be fucking around.
That's a fact.
You know? So now you guys are just there because she needs somewhere to stay. And, you know?
So do you think that, like, under that pretense, if she needed somewhere to stay, like she relies on you for her protection, her hospitality, her life, you know what I mean? She's built a life, I guess, around you and like relying on you. Do you think it's justified that if she cheats or she steps out on the relationship that it's okay to kick her out, but like basically the double standard of cheating present in the relationship? Do you think that exists?
I think
Yo, you
I
gotta
think
know the
that-
girl you're with though.
I've
Like
been
you got
saying.
like you gotta know, like,
Yeah.
even for the first thing to happen, like for her to be allowed with this, you gotta know that I can get away with this woman, because there's certain women I don't think you can
I
do
think
that
you also
to.
gotta know who you are.
That too.
Can you really get away with this?
No,
Like,
but that
who
but
are
that
you?
too. This is
Because not every nigga is like designed to be the guy with a bunch of women.
that's a fact.
Even though we might all want it, like we're not all guaranteed mating rights. Like no animal ever is. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
when you watch National Geographic, like these two gotta fight or do a mating dance
Mhm.
or some kind of thing to impress the woman. Not everybody's guaranteed access. So in any aspect where there's a limited amount of resources, but a lot of people, you're not everybody's guaranteed to have all that. So like some guys that's with their girl, like, bro, she might be with you because she thinks you're not gonna cheat on her. Like you're like the safe option.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Anyhow, you get caught cheating, fam. It's a wrap for you. But then there was the last guy, buddy, cheated on her 27 times. Documented.
You don't
fam.
get
She
no.
didn't
You
go
don't get
nowhere.
no zero tolerance.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's like not everybody has the same leverage in life. And money will definitely increase your value,
Mhm.
but not infinitely because she might bun you out for a guy that just, I don't know, makes her laugh.
That's a fact. And
don't
as
really
for
make her laugh.
the double standard, personally, I think it's like the way I think certain man will kick the girl to the curb just because it's an ego thing if she went to fuck another person.
Right.
Like I don't think he can deal with the fact that even though man do fucked up shit, that's gonna burn him. For some odd reason, it's gonna burn him a lot that she stepped out, and he might not be able to take that, so he'll just cut his losses.
Do you think that cheating in that under that pretense, do you think that cheating bothers women in the same manner it bothers men, or do you think there's it's not even? Like men cheating is different than women cheating.
It's different.
Why?
There's multiple reasons, but
You're gonna have to state
summarize it.
those reasons.
Yeah, you're gonna have to state
you're
at least
gonna have
one
to
of those
state-
You know,
reasons.
I'm gonna give out the reasons. I'm just trying to summarize it. You know, I don't want to be here talking forever, but like, hey, one, I think in our entire nature, before we even get together, we operate differently when it comes to sex. Women are very selective of who they're gonna have sex with. They get a bunch of offers, but they only accept a few.
Mhm.
Whereas men, we're trying to dig down the place. And if we have the opportunity, we're gonna have a multitude of sexual partners. As long like the ease of access determines whether we're gonna fuck the woman or not half the time. You know, we like if we can go outside, like I can fuck this bitch, this. Bro, a lot of mans wouldn't get shit done.
Yeah,
They'd
but
just
now
be fucking.
now the tables
Women
are
have
turned.
that opportunity and they don't spend their entire day just fucking different man all over the place. You know, niggas that would drive all the way to Hamilton for some ass, bro. Just for some
That's
ass. You
true.
don't
But
even
then
like
there's
this
also
thing.
girls
You just
that'll
trying
give
to
up
dig it
some
out and go
ass
home.
for some dollars too.
So that's a different incentive. She wants the money. We literally just want some. We just want to fuck.
That's true.
They don't get up just to have sex. You know what I'm
That's true.
saying? Like that
That's
doesn't
true.
motivate them that much. So when it comes to a relationship situation, she's asking me to change my nature. I'm not asking her to change. I'm asking her to be the same woman. I already thought you weren't a whore. If I thought you were a whore, I wouldn't have talked to you in the first place.
So, yo, do you think by nature that all men want to have sex with multiple women or cheat?
Yeah, but obviously, like, there's a bunch of shit we naturally want to do, but sometimes you could like be disciplined about it and move a certain way. But like, I think instinctually, yes, we want to have sex with multiple women. You know, more so than women want to have sex with a bunch of men. You know, I think they like the idea of having a bond with a man.
Right.
Before they even have sex, or even if she's gonna engage in sexual activity with him, she likes the idea that they also have a bond. Whereas guys, we like having a main woman, but like, yo, we don't need that type of connection in order to feel comfortable to have sex with. We'll have sex with when we just met. Niggas pay for pussy.
That's true.
Do
Right.
women pay for dick at all?
Not at the same frequency.
Yeah, I didn't think so, right?
Not nearly,
Not the
bro.
same way.
Okay, so then elaborate.
Like women will buy you things. Some girls will take you out. They'll just do little things for you.
Under what dynamic? Because yo, I'm not gonna lie.
They'll do
Like,
little things for you.
You
Like, but
think
that's
this
that's
takes
that's
place?
that's up to if you run into like a broke nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like if you run into somebody who's like not on a certain standard, but he might be dicking her down really good. She might be, you know, helping that nigga get to where he has to be.
Wow,
Little
how
bit,
many-
step by step. I'm not saying it's a big thing, but there's a 1-2. You know,
Yeah.
there's definitely a 1-2.
There's always the exception, but I'm talking in a generality.
averages.
I think men are much more willing to part ways with resources just for sexual access than a woman. And
Yeah,
even
for
when she's
sure.
giving you that money and all that, she's trying to form a bond. She's not paying you for cock, bro.
No, she-
she wants you to stay, bro.
You know,
I
it's-
hear you. I hear you. But there's
Even if
there's
you're a
certain
gigolo,
girls
like,
who, but
fam,
there's
you
certain
probably have
girls
to
who
be
know.
nice.
There's certain girls who will know that I have to pay for this nigga's time.
Yes,
in
because
order
she's
for-
in a fucked up position.
She is.
But
But
as
that's
a man, you don't even have to be in a fucked up position. It's just like instinctual. Like
Yeah.
you gotta like present some kind of value to this woman to get what you want. Now, obviously, if you're like paying a prostitute, that's like completely transactional. It's not the same as like, let me take her out and get to know her and impress her with my unique qualities, you know. But either way, I'm gonna give her some form of value and I'm gonna get some ass.
No, but
Women
what I'm
ain't
trying
out
to
here
say.
trying to just get some penis in the same fucking.
But what I'm trying to say is that like you know
capacity.
they do spend on men just differently.
Okay, you know
what
what?
I'm saying?
Socially, put it like this: on average, how many times have you gone to the club and seen a group of women out there trying to give their pour drinks for man from their bottles?
That's funny still. I didn't even think of it like
Not
that.
a lot, but I've
Because
seen
it doesn't fucking happen.
No, it
Bro,
does, but not a
you've
lot.
been in a club and seen a booth full of bitches walking around talking about,
No,
yo, who
no,
wants
no,
a
no,
shot?
no, 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 no,
Who
no,
wants
no,
a shot?
no,
Walking
not
up to
that,
random
not that,
guys,
not
bro.
like that, not like that, not like that. I mean, there'll be a group of, you know, the bad bitches over there where they don't want shit from niggas because they already have it. So they don't want you, you know what I'm saying? They're just going to stunt on you just because they have it. It doesn't mean that they want it. Maybe they don't want to necessarily do it. They just do it because they don't want you to feel like, okay, we can't buy our own stuff.
But are they walking around and offering men
No,
shots,
no, that's
hoping to
that-
go
that-
home with them?
That's what I'm saying. That's
What
the
are their
incentive.
intentions? The intentions are important. You know what I mean? What is she looking to do? She's just trying to stun on niggas and then don't talk to them.
Yeah,
That's
for
not
sure.
our program. We're trying to talk. We're trying to get some ass. And we're willing to part ways with resources and time and all types of shit
Right.
to get it. Women not doing all that just to fuck. Like, not usually. Some will. Don't get it fucked up.
Yeah.
But not most of the
Now,
time.
don't get me wrong. I respect the women that go after what they want. Like if a
Yo,
girl
go
sees
get
that,
it.
yeah, an attractive
Get
woman
it.
that sees what she wants and she does the walk down on a man says, "Yo, can I?" I'm not gonna like.
See,
fam,
that's something that's
hold
rare.
on, I
That's
wasn't even
rare.
done talking. Sorry.
Sorry, that's rare.
No, but I'm just alluding back to how rare that was in my entire life of like going outside, fam. I can count. I've been like chopped and like walked up on like 3 times, and I remember each of these times because I remember how good I felt. I said, "What?" I'll be posted up at the bar. A girl walked up to me, says, "Yo, so what do you want to drink?" I'm like, "What?" I was so thrown off because I'd never been offered a drink in my life by a woman. She says, yeah. I'm trying to buy the most sexiest nigga in here a drink right now. What do you want to drink? Oh my God. You know what's fucked up? I accepted the drink. I said, maybe let me get a gin and soda.
Did
See?
you feel as strongly about her as she felt about you?
No, but I had to accept the drink because this had never happened to me, and I did feel giddy. I was like, ice,
That's
fuck
so
gin and tonic, baby, or gin and soda.
You
You know?
gotta relax, man. So I felt giddy.
I'm not gonna hold you,
You're over
fam.
there giggling too.
I was
weren't
giggling,
you?
yo, but you and I
This
didn't
guy,
like.
you was blushing.
For sure.
You and I didn't like specifically though. I felt like after I received the drink, I had owed her some of my time.
You fucking right. You
You
did.
felt like a
What
girl.
you-
I felt like a thought, Reggie. I did not
You felt like
like
a
it.
girl.
Yeah. What if you bought a thring of drink? You wouldn't feel like, yo, I
Well,
want
that's-
at least
So you didn't know how it was. You felt ways breezing it. You felt ways when you had the cut now.
I felt a ways, but I didn't even know how to dismount. I was like, oh, like
That's-
thank you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna catch you around. I'm gonna do a little circle, come back. But like, it was weird because I've never been in that situation. I have, in like my whole
Really?
history of living, I've bought women many a drinks. Like, you know what I mean?
3 times you've been approached, really?
Someone actually just got me a drink straight
Not a
from
drink,
the
but
no,
like just,
no,
you
no,
know,
no,
get
no,
one
no.
up on
Listen,
you?
I've been approached many a time.
Okay.
Bought on a drink. So girl said, "I'm buying you a beverage." She is giving she's departing her resources for my attention right now.
Okay,
This is this is what we're
A
just talking
direct,
about.
Like,
Yeah,
example,
a transactional resource for attention.
Yeah,
So
it
you were
doesn't
at the
happen
bar
that
doing
often.
nothing, and she pulled.
I
up
was
on you.
posted up being light skinned. I just got my hair done. I was over there just.
This guy's so stupid.
I was over there
This guy's
scanning.
so
No, fam. I was. It was what it was. You know what I'm saying? The single braids were dripping. You know what I mean?
Got you.
Super shoulder length. Who's that? These times I had the Burberry glasses on. I remember. It wasn't even the DACA season. See? Yo, girl walked down on the girl walked down on me and said, "Yeah, I'm trying to buy the sexiest nigga in here a drink right now. What are you drinking?" Bro, what do you say to that?
Caught you off guard.
Caught me completely off
Say
guard.
thank you. Fuck
Yeah,
you,
fam,
you
I said,
better have some manners.
I
like,
said, gin and soda, thank you. Thank you.
He said that light skin.
I whispered back at her. What's wrong with this guy?
Yo, and then I'm over there, like, yo, bro, I've never been on the opposite end of the spectrum. You know when you're over there asking a girl, so, yo, what's your name? What's life like? Where you from? She's over there doing that to me. I'm like, fuck, this feels weird, bro. Like, being a man in the hot seat, like, like, basically the roles reversed.
Yeah.
Completely felt a little cheap. I'm like,
But how do you actually feel about that? Like,
Well,
if more girls did that, do you think like if another girl did that, how would your reaction be?
Well, it depends where you are. So in Toronto specifically, it's a I don't know. I was caught off guard. I'm always like men typically in the dating realm or the social navigation of just like going outside the club, partying, whatever. There's life, socializing. We are on offense and women are continually on defense. We are always shooting our shot, trying to score, when women are over there defending the shots, trying to let the right one in. You get what I'm saying?
Imagine wants to come pull her away. Like,
Okay, do you guys think that like
weird.
gal them got more aggressive on how they approach people now? Like how they approach
Aggressive?
the
Because,
man.
bro, I'm not
like,
gonna lie,
Women
fam.
here are kind of standoffish, in my opinion. I feel like in other places.
Yeah, I
women
haven't even
to be
finished my point.
approached
I was
by
gonna say,
women.
like, in other places of the world, it's definitely more common, bro. Like, you go to South America, like, yeah, the women are walking up on you, talking about, "Hey, papi, you look good. Who's that?" You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
it's a different notion. I'd say the social attitude of the people specific. I don't even know about the whole, like, Toronto specifically. That's all I can really talk about.
Mhm.
Yo, women are more standoffish, I find. It is hard to walk up or approach or whatnot. Especially, I find, like, maybe this year or, like, from COVID onward, I
Mhm.
found the social temperature of just these environments has changed. When people were only allowed to go out, when people were only allowed to go out and chill with their designated, remember what I'm talking about? You have to wear your mask and go sit down with your
Yeah.
designated group. I feel like a lot of that energy transpired post-COVID. I could be wrong. Don't get me wrong, but this is just my take. And now I feel like, I don't know, even for Caravana this year, like I was saying earlier,
Mhm.
I seen a lot more women only with their friends and only dancing with other girls than in the past.
Yeah, I
Whereas, like,
remember.
there was a lot more of the interaction amongst genders. You'd see a lot more women and men, whether they're dressed up in costume or not. They're just, they're holding a dance or holding a bubble, they're holding a
Mhm.
wine. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah,
I didn't see none of that this year. And that was kind of the social tone I had heard or, like, received from everybody that, well, not everybody, but, like, a lot of the majority of the people that I had spoke to that had gone to Caravana.
Mhm.
They said, this year was different. Well, why was it different? It's because of the male-female interaction. It's just lacking. And I don't know if that's with the generations coming, like the younger ages, demographic.
Dancing in the party is like obsolete, fam. Like
Right.
trying to walk up behind a girl in a party, like you're asking for trouble 9 out of 10 times. Like unless you came with that girl. You know what
I
I'm
feel
saying?
like it's either the girl's gonna be a little on the like defensive side, or there's somebody in the crowd hating.
Well, more time, not even the crowd. I
more
think
so,
sometimes it's like a
the
friend.
girl's not really having it.
And
Or
if it's
her
like if you have
brethren-
approached
or
a
her
girl, you should
brethren
have a
might not
guy.
be having it.
One at a
the-
time. One at a time.
Go on.
Yeah, fuck. I was just saying, like, I feel like they're not really having it like that. Like, if you approach them, you know,
Mm-hmm.
like I feel like they're more on the like, nah, you can't talk. to
So
me.
it's
Like,
easier to approach a girl on social media than it is in person.
I don't even know if that's right. On God, like I've been.
But you hear what I'm saying though.
I do, but I'm trying. It's hard for me to agree. Like it's easier. You know what it is? It's easier to shoot your shot and then look away on social
On
media.
okay.
You know what I mean? You can DM somebody and delete the DM so you don't see it and pretend you never got rejected. Whole time you were left on red or just never acknowledged.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I think in that regard, it's a little easier. But I don't know. Like I think that the general walk down, like how I used to see a man just walk down on a girl, ask her name and all that. I think that has gotten more difficult as time has progressed.
Cause I feel like we had to do that back then.
Well, yeah, now everyone lives on their phone, right? People
Yeah.
interact with their phone more personally than they do with their people in real life,
Yeah.
right? So now when someone like, whether it's a younger person or whatnot, when someone walks up on you in real life, I feel like they're almost caught off guard. Like, whoa, you're interacting with me in person? Like, what's going on? This isn't my phone. Like,
Okay.
yeah, I feel the same way. Like I don't know, trying to approach like women down.
Okay, so now you approach the girl, you get her number,
Alright.
boom. You end up fucking.
Oh shit, we got that far?
We got
This
that
guy's
far now.
moving.
Yo,
We
fucking
got-
mile a minute.
We got that far. So now, one night stand. Do you think it's possible to continue a relationship off of a one night stand, or do you think like what do you guys think? What's your
My
your take
position.
on one night stands?
Okay.
I mean, like fucking on the first night.
Yeah,
That's
like
what I
One
wanna
fucking
know.
on-
night stand is like you don't see each other after that. Like it's just a one night.
Okay,
and
but
it's
do you
over.
think it's possible? Like, okay, what if
If you
somehow you
plugged it
guys
on
had a
the first
magical
night.
night? You guys had a magical night.
Nigga said
It was
magical.
a good night. You know what I'm saying? Is it
Alright.
possible to pursue a relationship with this girl, or like would man rather just say, "Nah, that was blessed. Good night." If you actually caught like,
I think it's possible. I'm not gonna say anything is not possible, right?
Yeah, I
like,
agree. It's
Yeah,
possible.
I'm gonna say it's definitely possible to continue. Like, if you guys had an interaction and you liked the interaction and it was mutually beneficial and enjoyable on both behalves, there's a logical part of my brain that says, why would you stop this interaction if you continually like
If
it?
it's not broke, don't fix it.
Right.
you
and
know?
do you guys think that
Well-
would you guys judge a girl if she did that a one night stand? Like, would you? Do you think?
Yeah, 100. Yeah, it's fucked up. I do.
I
In
gotta
the back
I
of
gotta
my
ask.
mind,
Like,
I
you know,
do
No,
have to
I've
wonder
heard.
how frequently you do this.
Right, because it's
But I do know, like, shit, you can't always put a time schedule on a connection. Like, maybe she just really fuck with me, you know?
mm-hmm.
So it could be possible, but could also be possible she just fucks with a lot of people like that.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and that's where trust me, and then, like, you also have to start doing some reflecting. So
Yeah.
say you get into that one night stand position, right?
Yeah.
You're over there like, yo, am I a sick man right now? Like, I just get to go through?
Mhm.
Or is
Or
she just loose?
upping it.
She
yeah.
just up it and I was just a lucky batter at the ring right now. You know what I mean?
Go for a
You have
drink
to take
after
the
that.
time
Yeah.
and start
you have to go for a
analyzing, like,
drink
her,
after that.
you
You don't
know?
even have to
Yeah.
think about that, because at the same time, it's like I don't even like a one night stand.
No, nobody likes that. You know what's crazy? Pause. Even on the one night stand regard, I've had like in like past life or whatever. I've had one night stands where the girl didn't call me. Like I hit the girl back next. I thought we had a mutually beneficial time.
Mhm.
Right? I was like, oh, Lee, this was enjoyable. This was dandy. Right? Whole time I didn't get response. Yo, fam, I felt so like used. I didn't like it. It was like the same kind of situation when I got the drink and I had to give someone my attention. Like, oh shit, like this is not how this is supposed to go. You know what I mean?
I feel,
Like, what do you mean? Like, I dicked you down. What happened?
I feel you. I
Right?
feel you.
Regardless of the situation, I later find out the girl had a boyfriend, so she was being naughty. You know what I mean? She was being a naughty Nelly. But hey, nonetheless, I didn't like the feeling. And so when I experience things that I don't like the feeling, I genuinely try to avoid them. Like, just me personally, like, I don't like the possibility of like, oh, boom, having a great time and then never having access to that great time again.
Okay.
That sucks.
You know what I'm trying? Yeah, like when you put it like that, it does suck, right?
That sucks, for real.
It does suck.
Right? Whereas like, there is also the reservation where it's like, fuck, like, you have that thought in your head. If you had a one night stand, you beat it up the first night, well, like, fuck, this girl's easy. Like, should I even take it? Is this worth even taking seriously?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
And so now you're left in this kind of like confliction zone where you don't know what to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you definitely gotta question it,
And then you gotta kind of just use some judgment as like the
you just gotta keep talking to her and
Basically.
like, see what motivates her in life and like her temperament and shit. And then I don't know, you can get an idea of how she even interacts with people and think this bitch is probably loose.
You know what I'm
Like
saying?
I'm on a long list
So-
of one night guys, you know? Or you could see how she moves and maybe feel like she seems kind of like reserved. I think she just really likes me. Like what?
Well, that's the
That's
beneficial
I
part.
think that's like the
You know,
best
but that's
case
also
scenario.
like wishful thinking.
That's
You
the
know,
best
like
case
you
scenario.
have to be. I don't know, humble yourself, bro, because all of us want to believe
that we're
that
that
I'm
guy.
just that guy. You
Yeah.
know, I made her do all the nasty, wild shit that you could never learn in one day. You know what I mean? Like you want to believe that you're that individual, but like you might not be. You know, so you have to use some discernment. But I would say that it would like be, I guess, a red flag. Yeah, if I plugged it the first night that we met, like I'm gonna be questioning you. I will be. Yeah.
I'm gonna just be a little more harsher than you than others. Like, I
Why?
gotta-
So
Not
no,
hard.
no,
I'm
no,
gonna
no.
treat her
Hold on,
bad.
hold on.
I'm
like,
just
har-
like
har-
in
like,
my mind, I'm
I just,
suspicious.
One at a
of
time.
maybe not harsher. Maybe not harsher. Maybe not harsher.
No. Hold on. One at a time. First off, don't talk over each other. Secondly, what do you mean by harsher? No, you said that. Unpack it. What do you mean you're going to be harsher, and why are you going to be harsher?
I wouldn't say harsher on
You said it.
her. Like I didn't mean like that. I just mean like I'd probably just. You obviously want to analyze the situation differently after that because you just feel like fuck. Obviously, I don't want her to do this with somebody else if I'm starting to actually like you or maybe even catch a little feelings or something. So it's like I'd probably be protecting myself more in the sense of like emotional wise. Like don't get attached and shit like that. But I would be harsher on her because she wouldn't be really getting the full me yet.
Why? She got your dick, bro. What else is there?
I think there's emotion. Don't do that. Don't do that, bro. Don't do that. Don't do that. She had that. What? Nigga just fucking out here with no emotion. That's crazy, bro.
Well, no, you're over there fucking. You ain't making love, nigga.
I know, but she might think something else. You know what I'm
It
saying?
just depends how. Were you playing the shot, dude? You know what I mean?
I ain't doing that. That's a you, bro.
Hey, man. That's a crazy one. But yeah, like have you ever been in a situation where you've taken a one night stand longer than it needed to be?
Like one girl I was talking to for like a few months, and we fucked the first time we kicked it, but it wasn't the first time that we met. It was just the first time we were alone.
How many times had you met prior to kicking it?
Twice.
Okay, so third time's the charm. Like third time you guys kicked it on the
they were
dolo.
both brief interactions. We went to the club,
Word.
like met at the club,
And
didn't really talk, just like introduce type shit.
right.
Then second time, she was in the same group of people, you know.
Right.
But then this time we went like after the club, we went somewhere, so we're kicking it a little bit. So we had a brief conversation, and then boom, like she followed me on Instagram and shit, and then I just let me know like I didn't press nothing. So I'm like, how you even get my Instagram? You know, I didn't give it to you. So I'm like, oh, she's obviously trying to holler at me type shit, you know.
Right.
So then same day, when I seen the follow, you know, I hit it up, whatever, and then I ended up plugging it like that night. So it was fast, you know what I'm saying? Like first time we're chilling alone, but it's
So
not
when
the
you
first,
woke up
it
the
wasn't
next
the
day.
first night that I met her. You
Right.
feel me?
So did you guys pursue or continue a relationship after the initial?
Yeah. We kept talking.
Right. And did you feel that because of the way like things went down, it kind of skewed, or did it have an impact on the way you navigated or treated the relationship as a result?
I think it had more of an impact on her. I wasn't in a position to judge her, but I feel like sometimes when girls get themselves away too fast, then they try to get something back. You know what I mean? Like,
What do you mean?
I feel you on that.
No, what do you mean?
Like, KO, so they give you the pussy too fast, but now they're starting to have the doubts of like who you really are as a person. Like, who did I literally just lay in bed
Who did
with?
I give myself to?
Yeah,
Or how many times
and then
do
they
you do
start
this?
doing weird fucking shit because they're trying to like, I don't know, make it make sense to them, and now you're acting weird, like going through my phone, bitch. I just met you. Like, what are you on? Like, this is how you're gonna try and get to know me. Like, I leave the car for a second, you go through my phone, then start like a problem over some shit that you thought you saw. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's like you're only motivated to do this because you probably feel insecure that you were giving yourself away. Whereas if we never had sex and we were just kicking it and we went out to eat and did some casual shit, you'd probably be more relaxed and not fucking acting like that, you know? So I think it had more of an effect on how she navigated with me versus me treating her. I didn't treat her no type of way. You know?
I've seen or been in a situation where women are, I don't want to say apprehensive, but like, yeah, they don't say they have sex with you early on, first night, second time to kick it, third time, whatever. Basically, on your first interaction, a sexual encounter transpires. Then they start to like you. I feel like there's this they want to basically try to prove to you, or throughout this, like when you say they do this weird shit or pull back, it's like they want to show you that they're not a hoe. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Initially,
They're
like
trying to save face.
basically, but you already gave away the bag.
And then now you're acting weird. Now you're not being
Because she's
yourself.
low key thinking you're judging her when you're not.
Yeah, she's just in a fully defensive position, you know? And
Right.
when you're moving defensive, you're like, everything's a problem, or you're gonna make something a problem that's not a problem, you know, because you feel some type of way about your own actions, you know?
Right.
But I'm not there looking at her no type of way because fuck, I'm a grown man. Like, it's not the first time I've been with a girl and she gave it up fast. So I just gotta think like law of averages. Not every one of these women is like super promiscuous. It's probably not the case. At least a couple of them probably just rated me, you know.
Right. Right.
So I'm
right.
gonna give you a chance, see how you move, you
Yeah.
know. But I recognize that sometimes when they give it up fast, then they just start like acting in ways because they want to save face after, like they feel embarrassed, like, oh my god, I gave so much of myself away.
Do you think that do you think that they should be embarrassed? Like, do you think it's justifiable to feel embarrassed?
I think it's understandable, but not justifiable. I can understand like why you thought that way, but yo, you're a big woman and you made that decision. So like, what's wrong with you? Like, the
I feel
fuck?
that. Okay,
Like,
what I wanted to ask, so it's like it's still on topic, a little off topic, but it's still on topic. Don't get me wrong. Women or anybody, okay, going through people's phones. What's your position on that? And I mean that,
I
but like,
don't do
okay,
that.
have you ever gone through somebody's phone?
No.
Have you ever gone through anybody's phone?
nah,
Has-
actually, I'm not even a cap. I tried to do that one time, and then like I felt embarrassed at what I was doing. Plus, it's kind of retarded trying to read conversations. You don't even know what they were talking about before. They could have been on the phone. You're there trying to read a conversation backwards.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, where do you start from? Where do you,
Right.
like, you know, like, and then when I started realizing, like, what am I doing, bro? This is wild.
Right.
That's probably the
That
part
was-
that I wouldn't want to be at.
Yeah.
Right.
The
Have-
part.
So I did that one time, and then I've never ever, even with that same person, I never touched the phone again. I was just like, you know, I'm tripping.
It's fuck. I've gone through one person's phone in my entire life. Like, you know, and then I wouldn't even say that what was it, their phone? Maybe an iPad that they were connected to. Same kind of ordeal, right? You're going through someone's private devices, right? And that was on the basis of like, I don't know, I would just kind of apprehensive, or I'd kind of felt like, I don't know, suspectful of, or suspecting of, I don't know, like, fuck, this bitch is probably talking to somebody else or something's going on. Like, something didn't feel all the way thorough. And I felt the inclination to like kind of find out what it was. You know what I mean? And so when I had gone through the device and I had seen conversations with an individual, or, you know what?
Yeah.
One thing I'll never do, I never go through people's pictures and shit like that. That's too far.
Because
to me.
that you don't want to. You don't
You don't want
want
to see some
do
shit
that
you don't
to
want to see.
yourself.
Fam, yeah. Next thing you know, you're seeing a girl get piped, and you're like, "Holy, this is crazy!" Like,
Change your life.
change your whole everything quickly. You know what I
Breaking
mean?
down, bro. You're breaking down.
Yeah. Those are. You know what's fucked up too, yo? So, Shorty was sleeping when I had gone through her phone. So and then I was sleeping over. Like, you know, I was like, what? Like, you know, she's falling asleep. I'm high. I'm watching movies. I'm like, fuck. Like, I don't even trust this bitch. I'm gonna go through her phone, you know, or go through her shit. You know what I'm saying? I was right about what I suspected, but then it was still fairly early on in the interaction or the relationship where it's like I don't really have much say. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't, like, what am I gonna get mad about? Like, I don't really
you're
have.
out of pocket for
So
going
I'm
through
kind of
the phone.
out of pocket right there. And then I realized, like, fuck, like, in the next morning, I'm you're just moving kind of different. Like, now you have an attitude. You
Can't
know what I
act
mean?
like you don't know.
Yeah.
this
You
shit.
can't act like you
You
don't
could
know.
try and act, but like,
But then you can't
know,
you can't give away the information you do know.
Wow,
Because it's like it's
yeah.
taboo to
How
how
you
you
know it.
Yeah, how'd you acquire this information?
Yup. But I
Well,
also feel like, yo, as a man, if you're with a woman, because, bro, they could just lie to you, bro. There's so much shit you don't know. So I feel like if she's behaving in a manner that makes you feel suspicious, you're already taking the L. Because, like, why are you even, like...
in that
Because
situation.
I'm not, like, as men, like, I feel like that's why we get caught cheating and girls don't get caught cheating as much. Because we're not trying to wake up and look for negativity.
We're not. But also,
Women will wake up and look for something bad, fam. Look for some bad news right at the beginning of the day, fam. I don't really know why they're like this, but sometimes they're like this, bro. So the man don't really like. I'm not trying to investigate our girl. So if you bring me into a mind space where I feel like I have to be monitoring you, that means you're probably doing things you shouldn't be doing.
Right.
I don't even have to go through your phone. Like, it was certain behaviors that you had that I was like, yo, what the fuck you moving like that?
Right.
And
I
if
feel if I
you
even
don't know
get
that makes me uncomfortable, then me and you we have bigger problems. Like, it's not gonna work.
I feel like if I have to get to that like state, like mind state to even do that, it's like I don't even know if I want to be with you.
Sorry, I don't even. I'm
Sure.
so sorry. Did you answer yes or no when I asked you if you'd gone through somebody's phone in your
Nah, I
life?
said
You said
nah.
no.
Okay, you said no. Have you ever had your phone gone through?
Yeah, 100 times.
Nigga, 100 times.
100 times.
All right. Have you ever had your phone gone through?
I just told you the story.
Yeah. Sorry, my apologies. Oh, I wasn't listening. How did you feel on the opposite end of that? And then also, were they right in their suspicion of what they found or what they were looking for? So okay, pause. I'll simplify it.
How do I gotta go through the times though? Like,
No,
there's
just
times
off the rip, just off
there's
the rip.
times I was wrong, and there's times I was like, I was.
So you're
being good.
innocent. You're a good guy.
There's times I was
Okay, so
innocent. There's
then-
times I was like, I fucked up.
Okay, so black and white. How did you feel on both sides of the fence? When you were guilty and you were suspected of doing something and you were caught of doing something, but the way she had caught you was wrong, or like it's immoral. Like you went through someone's phone. That has what word can I place to that? It's not taboo. It's like fucking. It's like when police obtain
She
evidence.
violated your privacy
Privacy.
in order to
Yeah.
get this information.
Okay, so yeah, there was a violation that transpired in order to
Yeah.
acquire the information that she is looking for, but her information was right in her suspicion. How did you feel in that regard?
Shit. To be honest, I was like, shorty crazy as fuck. Cause I'm wrong, but like, this is women. I look at it like this is what women do this. Like you find the rare woman that say, "Oh, I won't do that," but like majority of women will go through your phone. So it's not like I already was kind of like,
Did you feel guilty? Did you feel bad? Did you feel? Is there a feeling that
felt-
you can quantify it down to?
I felt guilty. Like
Felt
I did.
guilty.
I felt guilty, but I was pissed.
You're more pissed. So
I was pissed because it's like, but like when you're coming at me in an argument, like I'm looking at it like my piss is just as bad as you know what I'm saying. Like I have a right to be mad, but you have a right to be mad too. It's just I don't know how to.
So which mad supersedes it? Which mad is more like I don't know which one supersedes it? Like was she right because she caught you doing whatever the fuck she suspected you
Well-
of, or are you more mad because you violated my privacy and then you found what you were looking for?
To be honest, at that point, I'm like I should have went through your phone. Cause what the fuck you going through my phone for? Because it's like right now it's like you got the
You
upper.
just flipped it on her.
Yeah.
eh? I like that.
What do you mean?
I
Like,
like
where you
that.
going?
He said,
Because
"I'm
now,
not going
why are
down
you so
without a
suspicious of me? I should have went through your phone, but I allow that because I'm looking at it like, yo, this is your privacy. Do your business. I don't want to look through your phone. That's not
Right.
something I want to do.
I
But
feel
if you
that.
look through my phone, ask me. You know what I'm saying? If you want to do that, put me on blast and ask me then live so I can fucking hear. Give it. It's because if I say no, you know I'm fucked up. You know what I'm saying? if I give you the phone, blast, hold that. But like, when you're sleeping, oh man, that's because the worst. I don't know if you niggas know what it's like to be outside without your phone and your heart just starts beating and you don't know where the phone is and you're like, fuck, that whole, you know the temperature when you walk back into place
Oh my
that
God.
something just happened. Niggas know when they walk. What? Huh? Like then you see your phone and your phone. What the hell? The phone looks crazy all of a sudden, and because all of a sudden you come back, the phone is right there. Right there. How come you're not gonna go touch your phone? I don't even want that phone right now. And then when you look through your phone, it's on what she was looking at.
Fuck.
And she already done got screenshots, sent it to Bridget.
Bridges, everything, Bridges.
So it's like, yo,
full
bro.
exposure.
At this point, it's like, fuck, I didn't even know. You already paged and sent it to people, so they have copies of my shit. I didn't go through your shit. So I look at it like, you made this, okay, you caught me, okay, boom. So what's up? You trying to fix this? Or like you trying to fix this, or are we done? Because clearly you don't trust me.
Well, like she was right though.
She was right, but like,
That's the fucked up.
that is the fucked up part.
like
That's
that
why.
the
That's
man's whole,
that's
like,
why.
thing
That's
didn't
why
even
I'm like, yo,
acknowledge.
it's a hard one. It's a hard one in the sense of like, yeah, you went through my shit, my privacy. No, you shouldn't. You don't have a right to do that. But it's like, damn, you got caught. So it's like,
So
the
what's-
only thing you can hope for is that if she looks through it, you didn't do shit. That's the best. Like that's what you can hope for in the best case scenario when that happens. Because it can happen at any time.
It's kind of funny. My philosophy, not even on that, like going through people's phones. I feel like regardless of like, okay, you say you meet anybody you meet, they have a whole life they've lived up until meeting you. You get what I'm saying?
For sure.
If you go through anybody's private information, private devices, private anything, you are definitely going to be able to find something to hurt your own feelings. You're going to find what you're looking for to some extent, even if it's not what you're looking for. You know what I mean? Because on the basis of going through someone's phone, it's like you're violating their privacy, but you're also suspecting of something, right? You don't feel completely confident in whatever situation you're dealing with, right? Regardless, like I said, you can find an old nude or something in. That's why I say don't go through people's pictures. An old nude that she didn't take for you or whatever the hell the case may be. You're gonna upset yourself. You're
For
just
sure.
looking for trouble. As a big person, as a grown folk and an adult, I just feel like everyone's entitled to their privacy to some level. You know what I mean? Especially nowadays, it's like people's relationships with their devices are more personal than their relationship with people.
For sure.
You know what I mean? They give way more of themselves to their phone, their social media, whatever counts, their devices, like their DMs, all that shit, than they're gonna give to their even significant other. You know what I mean? And it's crazy, but it's just the demographic of the world we're living in right now.
X.
Go ahead.
So when you look through homegirl's phone, did you like mentally make up in your mind in like okay, if I see something fucked up, I'm gone. If I don't see something fucked up, I'm staying. Was that is that a mental thing that goes through your head while you're searching through the phone?
Well, because of how early it was in the position, it was just kind of like what I see will dictate how I navigate the interaction, right? So it's like, if I see you're like talking to the next man or you're doing some fuckery, well then, now I got to be mindful of what I'm doing, right? So it's like, if I'm going to interact with you, like how much emotional investment am I going to put there? Am I going to take this seriously? Am I looking at it as just like a fuck thing now? Is it just a relation? Is it just like a sexual relationship where I'm trying to satisfy a need and get about that? Now it's like, when you go that route, I feel like you have to be more specific with your intention now, right? Because now it's like, well, the ball's in your court. You see what the fuck's going on. You know what I mean? In that particular instance, I had pulled back emotionally while not being too, like, for lack of a better term, butthurt, because it's like, fuck, like I don't know.
How you pull back emotionally?
Because it's like, fam, you stop thinking about like the potentials.
He's thinking about the message.
Think about it. You're over the you start like gauging like, well, what's the possibility of like,
but is it like
pursuing
you said
something
pull
serious?
Back. If you pull something back, I mean, it's already out there. So like, what, you already like this girl?
No, but you're kind of open. I think in the early stages, you're still kind of figuring that out. Like, you're like, fuck, is this something I can take seriously? Is something I cannot? And it also determines on the basis of how you guys interacted, like how you guys met, how the sexual encounter started to begin, stuff like that. So I started thinking like, well, fuck, like you guys are and it's so crazy now to even think about it, but it's real life. Like, people have sex with each other prior to even knowing each other's last names. Like, you know what I mean? We have sex and then we learn who the other person is as we're continuing a relationship and pursuing them. And that's just, it's fucked up, because it's like you've already given away the prize. You've given away the prize of knowing you, which is yourself. But now it's like, now we're continuing this journey of like, all right, cool. Am I going to take this seriously? Is this somebody I consider doing life with? Is this, you know what I mean? And so now, because we're already engaging in an activity, we're already having sex, I'm thinking like, well, fuck, this is all that it'll be now. Because it's like, I see what type of time you're on as a woman or as a person, you know what I mean? And when I say pull back, I just mean like, well, not letting yourself get overly invested or overly like emotional about this situation. And like, people say these situationships, you just allow them. I always, in my brain and my philosophy, I always think if two people are fucking for long enough, somebody's catching feelings. You're a human being.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, like, is casual sex really casual?
I think casual sex has a shelf life.
Is it equally, like, do both people have an equal investment in this?
I don't. How could you? I think that's almost impossible.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Right? I think casual sex, the notion of it is
I think it's casual for, like you said, there's a time period. There might be like a fucking couple that you guys could link up maybe a couple times.
And what is categorized as a couple though?
Well, like I
literally 2-3 times, bro. After that, like, you guys keep fucking consistently.
Sounds crazy. I have my own philosophies. They're not perfect philosophies, but here they are. I think you got like 5 free fucks. You know what I'm saying? And when I say about 5 free fucks, it's like, yeah, you guys.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's wild. It's my podcast, but I can talk about how I want to talk. I think that, like, think about it. The first couple times you have, like, the first time you have sex, it's never going to be like the best sex ever, right? Sex is something that obviously improves as you know each other, the connection, and there's a barrel of fucking variables and factors that go into good sex, right? We're getting to know each other. Your first time seeing her naked, vice versa. Boom, you know what I mean? So it's never round one. That's just breaking the ice. As you continually go on, like I said, you got 4 more chances to knock it down out the park and enjoy yourself. And before you actually have to make the mature decision, well, fuck, am I going to continue doing this? Because think about it. Depending on if you're wasting up your 5 free fucks in 1 week, right? Depending, like, you're going to stretch that to an amount of time. Let's say you see this individual once a week. Now we've seen this, like, you're going on over a month and a bit now. You get what I'm saying? Because it's 4 weeks of the month. You have 5 free fucks. You're going into almost 2 months now. You're going into a month and a bit. What are you doing? Because a relationship, no matter how situational, it becomes something the more time develops. Feelings are there. Humans are, you know what I mean? You're a human being with feelings and all that, and everything involved with that.
Yeah,
So,
I think after a period of time,
I just use
at
5 as a
least
loose
one of
number.
the
Like,
parties is going to be emotionally invested.
No, for sure.
Like, you can say 3, 5, whatever, like a handful of
times is
interactions.
basically what I'm getting at.
And
You have 5 figures.
past that, like, now you're, like, there's going to be a lot more expectancy, at least on one.
But do you let her know that, or you just gonna keep this to your
No,
head?
there's a mental note.
No, I'm saying, like, this is just
Okay.
what happens.
Yeah, like, not even
No,
like.
I hear that, but I'm just saying in the fact that it's like, okay, well, maybe she's thinking, okay, we just fucking. I don't give a fuck how many times I fuck him. We just fucking.
I don't think.
But
girls
your
think like
thing
that.
is, dog, we can't say that. There's girls like that out here. Like, there's girls who could just fuck, and
I don't think there's a lot of them.
there's not a lot, but there's the few. So let's say you run into the few, okay? And you're the guy I stick to 5 fucks, and after that, it's like I gotta figure out what I'm doing with you. What do you like? What do you do after the 5? Like, do you bring that to her after the 5 fucks? Like, what are we doing?
No, well, I'm not gonna. I don't
No, I'm
think.
saying,
You,
like,
hold on.
No, I get what he's saying, though. Okay.
I'm going off of your philosophy
bro.
of 5 fucks. Like,
Yo, shut the fuck
do
up,
we
bro.
give 0 fucks after the 5 fucks? Like, I just want to know how we doing this.
Yo, that's so funny. That's so
Like,
funny.
I feel like, because, like, before he even had his formal fucking philosophy of 5 fucks, like,
Yeah.
I didn't have a term for it. I was just saying, like,
Well, now you got one.
after a few interactions, 5 fucks, whatever, some feelings are going to grow on at least one of the parties, right?
For sure.
And usually, in my personal experience, and when I talk to other, like, guys around my age, their experience is usually after a few interactions, it's the woman that usually presses you on the status of the relationship.
Man.
Okay.
I would agree with him on that. Because typically the narrative or the rhetoric is that men fuck these girls and then don't talk to them no more. It's very uncommon where we see women fucking, like, women having sex or fucking the man and then ghosting him. That is the uncommon. That's the what's the word?
It's just less common.
Yeah, less common. It's the opposite of the average. You know what I mean? So averagely, I'm gonna say it's you gotta, like, bro, intention is everything, kind of, when it comes to certain things, right? And as a man, like, you gotta know what you're gonna, like, I think in the baseline in your brain when you're, like, interacting, maybe on, like, fuck 3, perhaps, like, yo, is this something you want to continually do? You know what I mean? Is this something you can see yourself doing long term? Is this sustainable? Versus, like, am I just beating a horse till it's dead and then we're gonna, like, it's gonna grow into a dysfunctional situation otherwise.
Yeah, I would
right?
agree with that.
Because and then alongside that, you have to communicate. You have to be upfront and forward. And, like, think about it. You've already been offered. You've already taken, like, the most of the, like, the greatest, not the greatest thing, but, like, everything the woman has to offer. You're already having sex with her, fam. After you've gotten what you want, theoretically, it's like, fuck, like, what do you want? Right? What more is there? Do you like the person you're with? Is this a means to an end? Is this justifying enough? Am I just masturbating with this person? Like, you know what I mean? And when I say masturbating with them, I just mean, like meaningless sex.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think that's where it kind of quantifies. So, like, is casual sex really casual? Like I said, up until a certain point, until it's not.
Yeah, there's an expiry date on
Yeah,
the casual
absolutely.
aspect of it.
Absolutely. After you've been, dude, you can't casually be fucking someone for 3 months deep. It's like, bro, you're in a relationship. Regardless of how you want to quantify it, there's nothing casual about this interaction. It's not it's not a pair of pants
In a
you wear on
relationship
Tuesday.
is crazy, but
No, but she's not a pair of
Well,
pants.
yeah,
you wear on
I
Tuesday.
know.
Have advanced things.
Well, think about it. I think we also think a little bit too linear about the terminology relationship. Like, you have to think about it. You have a relationship with any continual human interaction. You know what I mean? You and your barber have a relationship. That's a link up. You know what I mean? That's not a sexual relationship. That's just a relationship. So this relationship that you have, casually having sex with this person, this is a relationship. And, like, what are you doing with it? You know what I mean? Because generally speaking, you shouldn't be treating people poorly or mistreating people in the relationships you're in of any caliber. You know what I mean? And so to, like, lead on a woman or to waste someone's time, I kind of factor that in as mistreatment of some variety, especially if you know you're just going to waste someone's time. Now you're a dickhead.
I feel you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel you.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, yeah, I don't The whole term, and it's fucked up because I think that the whole narrative of frivolous and casual sex has been a lot like popularized as time has gone on. Like this generation is a lot more free with their sexuality in terms of, oh my god, we're just gonna fuck each
I
other,
like the idea of this shit,
100%.
like
But
in reality,
I think you have to go through it and learn that it's not practical.
So speaking on that,
Go ahead.
do you guys think porn has ruined like sex for like has porn ruined sex?
Well, like okay, so I think that has porn ruined sex? Porn is a multifaceted thing. I think that the open access, like porn has been around forever for a long time. Like I remember seeing my uncle's Playboys in the attic and all that. Like niggas have been like just been deviant and jerking off and looking at titties for a long period of time in life. Has it been ruining? Has it had an effect? I think of course it's had a negative effect on young men, specifically in relationships or in how they interact with women. You know what I mean? I think because the you know what it was, Kale? Before I even do my whole brain fart, there was a quote that I seen which was like, yo, it kind of is crazy when you put it in perspective. You would think about it like you would have to be royalty, like the king of a land, for example, to see like the most beautiful women geographically in your location that there is to offer. You know what I'm saying? Now, you could be a child at the click of a button, you have access to the most beautiful women and all the naked, like, all the fucking dirt there is on the internet at the click of a button. I think the open access to it has definitely like I don't want to say has desensitized and kind of like devalued what sex is to like the individual, right? I think that the because we're so used to instant gratification in the age of the internet, I think that it definitely has a negative impact and a strong relation to like how people navigate and what they expect out of a woman, right?
Do you think like, okay, say you're in a relationship and the
Right.
relationship starts to get boring, do you think, and you add porn to it now?
What do you mean add porn
Like,
to it? Like
say
you watch it with your girl?
yeah, you watch it with your girl. Like, do you think
Yeah.
it adds to like is that adding that add to the relationship, or does that like create an unrealistic fantasy of like the type, like, you might get different type of scenarios in porno,
So watching porn with your girl, one that's actually been something I've never done. I can't say I've watched pornography with any woman that I've been involved with. Other than like, there's been like, there's documentaries that come on or sex, but like actually like, babes, we're gonna turn this on and thing.
I think you gotta be kind of like extra freaky.
I don't even
I
know
don't
about
think-
Sit
extra
there with
freaky.
your girl and just
I just feel
let's
like-
throw on a porno. I
I
don't know.
think-
I don't
but
want
like-
to watch
but
two
what
other
I'm
people fuck. I want to fuck.
But I think like,
would you feel away if the girl said that to you though?
If
Like,
she wanted to throw
yeah,
on
if
some
she
porn.
wanted to throw on porn, would you feel away?
she wants to see some?
It's very uncommon. So I would.
I don't know.
Maybe
if
not
it's
if I have an
I don't
emotional
think it's
response.
uncommon.
I haven't had a bunch of girls ask me like, "Yo, let's throw on some porn."
No, I feel you.
Not like that.
How
Not
often
like
does
that.
that occur to you? You guys made it sound like
No,
this shit
I
is
told
just
you.
happening.
I
Not
just
like
told you
that.
that it doesn't happen.
Not like that. But I'm saying,
Yeah,
like, okay,
so
if you
that's what I'm
guys,
saying. So if I was confronted with it, anything that's too like unusual, I am gonna question like, what's the nature of this? Like, why
Why?
do you want to sit here and watch other people fuck before we do? I'm gonna wonder why you have come to that conclusion. Like most women that I talk to, even if they watch porn, it's not something they're just openly talking about. So it's like,
I don't know, a lot of
Why
girls
you
I
wanna
know
sit
they
here
talk
and
about,
watch it,
they don't
like-
give a fuck.
That's wild,
know?
because you know what it is too. Fuck. Like he was saying, it is genuinely less common, or generally less common. Like the watcher or the user interaction. Like women watching porn versus men watching porn. Women are definitely watching it at less frequency than men are. Just
all the users on these porn
Yeah,
sites.
yeah,
no.
yeah,
If
okay.
you were
Are
to
majority
statistically,
men.
yeah.
Okay,
If you were
okay.
statistically to do that, the men to women ratio versus like who's consuming the content,
Yeah,
I'm gonna suggest that men are largely in favor, like they're
for
pursuing,
sure,
right?
for sure.
Look at like young boys start watching porn from a young age, bro. Like
Yeah.
I was like, I had older cousins and all that. They showed me pornography. I was like grade 3, nigga. Bro, it was crazy. And then like it's fucked up because it's like once you go down that rabbit hole, you can't unsee it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I started putting people on this. I putting the homies like, yo, y'all ever seen this? Like, you know what I mean? Because my cousins are like, they're older than me. You know what I mean? So I'm taking what I'm getting from the older guys. I'm going back to the ends and putting them on them. I'm like, yo, fam, did you know that this was going in? Boom. Did you know you could see this at 1080p? And I'm all in grades. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is retarded. So, has it skewed? Yeah, it definitely, I'm going to say, just to overtly answer your question, I think it does have a negative impact to a certain extent on relationships. Just because of, like, men's relationship with pornography as an individual, right? That's like saying, okay, like, do you think it's unfair or like do you think it's justifiable if a girl gets mad at you for watching pornography while you're in a relationship with her?
I think she's just gonna ask you why when the real thing is right beside you.
Yeah, but like, have you
I think girls take that more personal though. I think a girl will take that more personal because she'll be like, she feels like she's competing with the woman in the porn. Because why aren't you're masturbating to her, but you're not gonna fuck me and I'm in the next room? Like that to her, it's like
It's
what
kind of a fair argument though. It's a bit of a fair argument. I'm not gonna hold you.
But
Like fam, you're there just palm deep, fam. You could have got some ass.
You know what's crazy?
No,
You know
I understand. I understand, but that's why it's like if she's like he's like, oh, do you think she's gonna get mad at you? She's gonna get mad at you for that reason. Like if we niggas are fucked up, we could be like, bitch, I ain't even trying to fuck you, bomb, bust a nut, and then I come back talk to you and everything is blessed. Like I cut that out the way. Sometimes I don't know about y'all niggas, but like sometimes shit, niggas have jerked off to avoid fucking the wrong bitch.
That's a valid sentiment, and I think that.
A man might watch porn because he doesn't want to cheat on his girl. Because he just wants to, he's like, you know what? Instead of me going out and just fucking a random bitch because you pissed me off, I'm going to watch porn. We could be in an argument. I don't want to fuck you right now. I might be, you know what I'm saying? For some odd reason, he might just say, yo, I'm going to jerk off, come back to the relationship. We could work this out. She's going to look at it like, oh, yo.
You cheated on me.
Yeah, or you're addicted to porn or like, you would because the thought of you doing something like that with her there is disrespectful to her but you're just really just not trying to be bothered. I guess at the time.
So even in that regard, it's like I always tell people like, bro, how can you get mad at someone's relationship with like their own sexual relationship with themselves? For example, like I'm not gonna get like girls masturbating, for example. I'm not gonna get mad if you're a woman and you masturbate or whatever the fuck. Like you gotta do what you gotta. That's you. You were playing with your coochie before you met me.
But would you feel a way if you were in like the room and she was somewhere else in the house and she's letting herself off and you're in the place?
Am I busy?
Feels away. Am I busy means yes.
Yo, but you see
why was she not contacting me?
But you see what I'm saying? That's because you're like, oh, is she right to get mad for you for doing that? It's the same thing. Would you get mad at her for letting her nut go while you're in the same building, or would you be like, yo, bitch, I'm upstairs, you didn't get me, what the hell, you didn't link me?
That's fucked up. No one ever put it like that. That's fucked up.
Differently now, don't you?
Well, the thing is like
because you go feel like a weird. You go feel like a weirdo.
Okay,
bro.
let me also tell you though, like just even
straight up, I'd be upset.
I respect it.
I would feel weird, bro.
If I'm in the crib, if I live with you,
if you're at home, doing
that's
your own
different.
thing. Whatever, I don't care.
That's what I'm getting at.
You knew my ass was upstairs and you wouldn't have had a private moment. Yo, fam, you could bounce. Like,
now she's walking by you, blessed, eh? She's walking by you like she don't need you no more.
She's like, nah, I'm straight. We already handled that.
And nigga might start going through her phone now. And nigga might start going through her phone now. He might start looking
I'm like,
weirdo.
Doing all that.
No,
you
but
go outside.
No, I'm saying, but that's what I'm saying.
So you're gonna kick your girl out if you caught her watching porn
like
and mashing the
immediately,
works.
but like in my mind, I'm already separated.
She's
I'm
over
already,
there.
Like I'm already like, what the fuck is this shit? Like I'm just like, we're in the same crib, and she just like, nah, I'm gonna go deal with this.
So yo, hold on, let me ask you something.
In the same crib.
Yo, let me ask you something fucked up.
She doesn't.
Let me ask you something fucked up. Let me ask you something fucked up. What if the content she's watching, like say she's watching porn and mashing
trying
her?
to make it as bad as possible.
Nigga.
It's not even with you. It's not even the type of nigga you are.
I'm just saying. Just hear me out, nigga. Goddamn. She's you're in the crib, whatever, doing your thing, whatever. And you guys have been like, there's something that she's been wanting to do that you're just not down for. See? So she's over there mashing the works, watching her thing. But she's consuming, like, she's watching some shit that like you're just not down for. You know what I mean? Like she wants to eat your box or she wants to do something crazy and you're just over there.
What?
Yeah, she's over there watching the crib.
What part of me?
Like, yeah, she's over there trying to get the rim action. She wants to lick some booty hole, fam. And you're just like, yo, I'm not about this action. So
that
she's
means we need to separate.
But what
are you talking about? All these other things.
Yo, this nigga's not having it.
You're over there just seeking actively.
And you're watching some I don't condone it.
Whatever I am not, you're out there looking for it proactively. Why am I holding you down? Like, just be free.
Yo, over the porn, the man. Over the porn, the man is done, eh?
It's like a
Yo,
bird.
porn breaks up homes. Guys, porn breaks up homes.
Nah, he added more sauce to it. I told you he's gonna make it as bad as possible. I seen it coming. I'm like, oh, this guy's about to make it terrible. Obviously, I'm gonna disagree, but let me make him finish first, you know? Because, like, you're gonna say something I obviously don't like.
Yo, bro.
You know? So
Okay.
she's there proactively seeking something that I said, I'm not doing this, or whatever the case.
Right.
So, yo, that means that she has a profound interest in some shit I'm not providing.
Yeah, but yo, she
Why
wants
am
it
I
with
bothering
you,
this
fam.
woman for?
She wants it with you.
Bro, you're gonna break, but you done in the relationship for porn.
It's not the porn, bro. It's the intent. She's not
So you saying
satisfied
she gonna get
with
that
my
somewhere else?
situation. Yeah, eventually. Like, you're so determined. Like, I'm in the crib and you're like, nah, I'm down here dealing with
She's
this.
DJing
'Cause
the
you're
cut
not-
right now.
Yeah, because you don't want to, you don't want to participate. Like, all right. Eventually, she's going to be, like, probably, like,
Bro, go
dissatisfied.
grab the phone, turn that off, and be like, yo, come. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get that.
No, I'm not providing what she's looking for. That's why she was down there on the big screen, fam. Like, what are you talking about? That was the example he provided, bro. I don't have whatever it is that she was looking for in this
So would you
film,
feel
fam.
insecure?
Okay, so yo,
I'm in the same crib. Like, yeah, I guess maybe insecure is the word. I don't know, but she gotta go, fam. Like, I don't even know what the Webster's definition is, but you gotta bounce. Like,
Say no more, fam.
yeah,
Say
yeah,
no
yeah,
more,
yeah.
fam.
I'm not the man for
She
you.
gotta
and it's
go.
clear.
She
Like,
gotta
it's
go.
cool.
She
Like,
gotta go.
I'm not
Alright.
even trying to challenge her like that on
Alright.
the daily. Like,
Once you make me
know?
feel less of a man, you gotta go.
Yeah,
you gotta
like,
go. You gotta go. I feel.
they're watching videos at multiple mans, bro. Like,
Yeah,
you don't even
she-
know what's on. Like, nah, fam. It's
she's
just-
over there like you search it like. She asked you to pass her her phone. You go like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? You see in her browse history, she's got like.
No,
facial.
your example was different though. I'm in the crib and she's like, nah, you not enough. I'm gonna deal with it. Like, nah, you gotta bounce. If she on her own time, like I can't. Like she probably already had these interests before she came
Yeah,
across
before
me,
she met you.
right? So
She just thinks you're that nigga, but you're not giving her that side.
yeah, that's different though. Like, I
Bro,
don't
she
know.
wants everything. Bro, she's
Yeah,
just
if
super
but
freaky.
when she comes to the crib, she's satisfied with what I'm providing and we're good. But nah, she said, yo, I'm
Okay,
gonna
so
go
yo, what
skate off
if-
in
Because
the
you gonna
next
break up
room.
the whole relationship for some porn though? Like she didn't
It's
cheat
not
on
the
you
porn,
though.
fam. She doesn't like. I'm not trying to do some shit that she's trying
Fuck
to
all
do.
that shit. Other side, she can stop. Okay,
And while we're in the crib, she feels so strongly about it. She's gonna go get her own private nut while I'm there. Like that means
Okay,
that I
okay.
can't provide her with the experience she's looking for, and therefore we don't need to be. I'm wasting her time. She got shit to do. I
but
seen
okay,
it.
I think but you're I think you're saying that because you wouldn't be the nigga watching porn if she caught you.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't think you're not that
Honestly,
nigga.
I don't watch porn.
So
really.
you're looking at like, yo, I don't do this, so you don't do
It's
that
not.
to me.
It's not the. That's not. No, not really. Because like I said, if she's in the privacy of her own home,
Right.
trying to satisfy herself, that's
Right.
something she was doing before we met.
Okay.
And so I'm not gonna have objections to that.
Okay.
But we are physically together in the same place. You got horny and said, nah, not this guy. I'm gonna go over here.
What
and
if you're
handle it."
arguing?
That's a whole different. Now you're
Okay,
changing
David.
it. Now
Well,
we're changing it.
Okay.
My
Let me add,
response
yo,
was specific.
let me
to
add
his-
another
his
layer. Let
example.
me add another layer to the equation. You get me?
It's gonna be a worse layer.
It's
This
not
guy's
even
fucked
way
up.
about. Give me a chance, bro.
Drink some
Look at
water,
your
fam.
face,
Yeah,
though.
drink
It's
some
how you
water.
said- It's how you looked at me when you said it.
Yo, let me just add
The
it.
deviousness
All
is
right.
pending.
Every
fam.
nigga take a sip of your beverage.
You
bro.
couldn't wait for
So
that
you,
one.
you have to get your you have to prepare
Get your beverage. Come
yourself
on, hydrate,
for the
bro.
foul
Hydrate,
shit.
bro.
That was funny.
Hydrate your beverage. Hydrate, man. Hydrate.
What you got? What you got?
Okay, I just said. So how do you feel? Fuck all the porn shit. How do you feel about your girl using toys? And then in addition to using toys, she wants to bring some toys to the bedroom.
Ooh.
How do you feel about that?
I don't know. I'm not lie, I was confronted with that one time, but like I was just like,
How did that go for you, man?
she kept suggesting it, and like I don't know. I didn't really want to do the toys thing, and then I guess my interest in her wasn't strong enough to make me overcome that.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
We
Now, if I
standing on
have-
business.
I'm standing on business, bro. But like if me and her, but if I'm fucking with her heavy, and this just happens to be a part of her lifestyle, I might sample the thing, but it also depends what kind of toys, because as a big man, I have restrictions. You feel me?
Yo, where did
I'm not
so
gonna lie.
She's not backing out swords, talking about you use this. I will have directions to my door. You feel me? Like, we're not doing certain shit.
Yo.
So she
Little
can't back up.
vibrator, little, I don't know.
So she can back the
She
things
better-
out, just
yo,
not
she
on
better
you.
have little dainty
Not on
toys,
you.
fam. She can't just be over here wilding out.
She
And
can't,
figure, I'm
bring
gonna
out-
participate.
So she's not allowed to bust out the Obi-Wan Kenobi around you.
Bro, hopefully you figured that out in the first 5 fucks.
The lightsaber.
You got
not
Hopefully
this.
you guys went. Hopefully she knew she let you know she's like this in the
I'm
first
not
5
an
fucks.
overly emotional guy, so if we make it to fuck 7 and she's backing out shit I'm not ready for, she can still go. Like, it's not a big deal. I'm not overly invested. I'm not even mad at you either.
Okay.
We just have a difference in
I
opinion on
feel
what
you,
we're
I
gonna do
feel you.
right now.
I feel
That's
you.
not happening.
I feel you. So she's not allowed to have. So what? Vibrators are okay.
Like I said, what she does in the comfort of her own home is one thing. You're not coming to
Right.
my crib with all kinds of equipment.
So y'all gotta.
Like,
Okay,
we're gonna.
You guys aren't living together. You guys are pursuing. You guys are on your 8th fuck right now. So clearly you guys like each other. Y'all made it past the preliminary rounds. Round 5 has been achieved. You're on round 8 right now.
All right.
She has some things in the bag. See? She didn't tell you things are in the bag, but she asked you to move her bag or get her bag for you, and then you just notice there's like, there's something kind of not lightsaber size, but there's something in there, and then she has a variety of things in there. But she
got a whole toolbox.
she had a toolkit, fam. But she didn't bring it to you because she's nervous. But she brings it with her just in case. But
So
you
what's
seen
your
it.
intention with the
She
toolbox?
brought it with her
Is
just
this
in
for
case.
Personal use or
No.
mutual
She
use?
wants you to get involved with the toolkit. See, she wants you to get Bob the Builder with her.
Again, like my answer's gonna be the same. It depends what she's backing out of that toolbox.
Okay.
'Cause
I agree with
as
that,
a
though.
big man, I'm not even touching that. What are you doing?
What if she wants to put like the fuzzy handcuffs on you?
Oh, I'm not being restricted either, fam. It's like I'm not a freak, fam. I don't even have no problem saying on camera. I'm not a super freaky nigga, fam. I don't care. Like, tie me up? No, you can get tied up. You could get dealt with. I'll dominate something, but me being confined somewhere in a sexual position, fam, are you crazy?
I'm not with that. I'm not with
Have
that.
you ever
Fam,
been
imagine she
I'm not
backside
with that. I'm not
camera
with
on
that.
you and you're vulnerable. What are you doing now?
Fighting?
How? Not very effectively. She already done restrained you. She took care of that.
No, but
Now
hold
you're-
on. No. But you have to understand, like,
I'm a safety first kind of guy.
Fam,
man.
how malicious is this? What do you mean she's over there tying you up vulnerably and
You
backing on
just
the
said
camera?
handcuffs. I
Yeah,
am
but why is she?
restrained.
I didn't say back on
These
the
are
camera.
my primary weapons right here, fam. She took that out the game,
Because
fam.
Mitch said she brought that out. She could have anything else. Cap, she's vulnerable.
She got a
Whatever.
toolbox
He's vulnerable
and
at that
handcuffs,
point.
bro.
Too much?
Again, I'm not getting cuffed.
Right.
So she wants to get cuffed, tied up. We could try a thing, you feel me?
Okay.
And 1-2 of the toys, again, it like until we start getting too outrageous, you know what I
Right.
mean? If it's too wild, I'm not touching that.
So if she uses say you just see her toolbox and she has it there, but these are her own personal devices. They're just in her bag. She forgot to unpack them. I don't know why they're there. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Do you feel differently about the woman who has a toolkit for self-pleasure? Like, are you judging her now that you've seen that she has the Obi-Wan Kenobi? She has the vibrator for the sensator. You know what I'm saying? Like, are you feeling away? Do you judge her now? Like, oh, you
I don't
freak.
judge her. Again, whatever she wants to do with herself, that's her thing, you know? But I would wonder, like, if she has, like, an extensive fucking toolkit, like, yo, some of this shit is super vibrating. Like, I'm just a man. For me, like, there's
So
certain
you feel
things
like
I
you're in
simply
competition.
cannot do.
Yeah, okay.
Right? So I will wonder, what is her perspective on it?
What are
I'm
you
okay
looking
with what
for?
I have going on. I'm me. You feel me?
Yeah.
Are you okay with it? Because you got all kinds of varieties of shit here that I can't be all these things.
Right.
So it's like, now I gotta wonder, like, is she going to be fully satisfied with me? And then also, if her experience is usually that her and the man participate with all the tools,
Right.
you feel me? And I'm like, no, bitch, I'm not touching that.
So those are conversations to have.
Then I'm gonna have,
Okay.
like, maybe we just have different interests when
Yeah.
it comes to sex, and I'm possibly not compatible for this woman. So again, I'm not trying to challenge myself and find out the hard way that I'm just not. giving her what
You're
she
over there
needs.
getting defeated in
Yeah,
sex.
I'm all heartbroken and things because, yo, fam, I'm not willing to participate in the freakiness, you know? Like, I'd rather find out a little earlier on and then navigate that. But, like, if she wants to do a couple things on her own and shit, I'm not judging. Like,
Okay. And my last thing is last for you. Like, she wants you to wear a vibrating cock ring. Are you
yo, what's up with these questions, bro? These come from the dungeon, fam. Like,
She said, like,
what
yo,
you doing today,
Fuck
bro?
it, bro. Let's go. No, let's
She
go.
wants
Let's
me to
go.
wear a cock ring?
a vibrator, yeah. Like, you're over there just, you don't
How
do
often?
Yo, fam, it's your
We
anniversary.
always gotta fuck with the cock ring. It's
no,
like
no,
every
no,
time,
no,
like,
no. She just
it's like, oh, babes, I forgot the cock ring. She's like, oh. Like, then nah, bro. Nah, I'm more than a cock ring. Like, I'm more than that. And if that's all that I am to her, then we don't need to be together. You
Mitch
know?
standing
Like,
on business today,
Nah,
bro.
nah, I respect
He's
it,
not
man.
hearing none of this.
I respect it. I
He's
respect
not
it.
hearing
I
none of
respect
this.
it. Okay, since we're on the conversation of like, I don't know, sex and sexual deviancy and all that. Yo, question. Do you guys think men can be that's fuck. Can men be hoes? Can men be considered hoes? I guess you can compare it to the same fashion we deem women as hoes. Well, frivolous sex and in general. Do you think that a man can be considered a hoe, or is there a difference between a man being considered a gallus and then being a hoe?
I think gallus is just another term to say a hoe.
So you think that a man being a gallus is the exact same thing as a
I
man being?
disagree with that.
Okay,
I'm
so
gonna
no.
I'm gonna let you
Unpack
answer
that
first,
first.
though.
Go ahead.
Okay, I look at it like this: if a nigga's gonna be a hoe, you gotta probably judge him on the quality of woman that he went for. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if he's going for some low things, then nah, nigga, you nasty, bro. Get out of here. You nasty for that. You got high caliber women. You're gonna what's up? Like, cause you know, if everybody can hit the same woman you hit, then it's not good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So that was your position on what? Being a gallus or being a hoe? Sorry.
On a hoe.
Okay, go
I
ahead.
guess gallus is not. I guess you have hoish tendencies. Like, you like the attention of women, you get women, but you don't really have to act on it when you're a gallus, because they come to you. They're more attracted. They're attracted to you. Like, your charisma brings it. The swag brings them in. You know, you don't really have to do anything,
So if you
but
had
you
to
also don't have to act on it.
Okay. So if you had to quantify in, like, I don't know, 1 to 2 sentences the difference between a hoe and a gallus, how would you conceptualize?
A hoe is the quality of women.
So a hoe fucks lower quality women than a gallus?
He would just fuck, yeah. Then I don't know, because again, the gallus doesn't necessarily have to be fucking everybody. I think the hoe is fucking everybody.
Okay.
The gallus chooses who he wants to fuck. He just has a lot of women around him. He has his options are different. Like, the hoe is only fucking. I think the hoe is fucking what he can take.
Okay.
The girls who are going for him, if you have 2 10s but the 5 is hollering at you, you're probably gonna, I can't get the 10, I'm gonna go for the 5. Instead of just being like, nah, I'm good. If I can't get that I ain't cool. I ain't settling for that.
Right.
The gallus ain't settling for that because he can get gal.
Right.
The hoe is like, fuck it, I'm taking that one because I'm leaving here with something.
Okay. What's your take?
It's like similar. Like, if you're a gallus, that basically means you're like a ladies' man, So you're successful with women. So more than likely you get the women that you like, and you have options in that regard. Whereas if you're like a man, if you're a hoe, and really we don't really call guys hoes like that. So it's not exactly the same as calling a woman a hoe, because in everyday conversation, when we call a nigga a hoe, it's kind of like you're a bitch. Like, not really like you just fuck a bunch of girls, but for the conversation's sake, like, yeah, you could just be like kind of like I guess as a man, you're moving kind of like a whore. Like, you just fuck anything. You don't have no kind of standards, and you go far out of your way to get attention from girls. You're like, then the man part, like, obviously these phrases are like Jamaican phrases, but you'll be like a gal clown, Like, you're just running after girls and doing the most just to get some pussy. Kind of makes you, like a hoe, because you don't really have that much integrity about how you're moving,
I like that
Just
word,
loose.
integrity. I like how you use that right there. Yeah, and honestly, like, even like how I conceptualize it, it's kind of a collaborative mixture of what you guys are saying, whereas like the gallus is, I guess, has more option or more choice, whereas like the hoe is taking what he can. Like, the hoe doesn't pass up a meal. The hoe acts as if he's starving. The gallus is more selective in that regard, right? Yeah. That just because I had been in a conversation earlier in the week where someone told me that men can't be hoes, and the whole logic.
There's an amount of, I remember we discussed
digress
that,
this,
right?
yeah.
So there's an amount of what he's saying that is correct. Like, the reputation of a man that sleeps with a lot of women, whether they're high quality or not, is not going to be as socially unacceptable as a woman who sleeps with a lot of men, simply on the basis that it's way easier for her to get sexual access. The only barrier for sex for her is her own self. She can literally go outside and just tell any man, like, yo, you want to have sex? And if she's reasonably attractive, most men will take up that offer.
Well, that's why
Whereas a man has to like express an amount of value to get a woman.
Mhm.
If it's not money, just
Mhm.
whatever. Like most women are not just gonna have sex with you, even if you're handsome. You
Yeah.
have to take on a date first.
You gotta show up and show up.
Even
out,
if you
show out.
clapped that night, you had to go somewhere third party before you went straight to your house.
Yeah.
Right? Whereas if she invites you to the crib, we've all had women like pursue us and give us what we want immediately, and we didn't really make them work for it. She didn't have to buy us food, a drink, or all these other things. We just showed up with ourselves.
Yeah.
So if a woman is just giving herself away, it's like there was no achievement.
Right.
You didn't do anything complicated or difficult.
Well, yeah, right, and that's why I equate it to
You know?
the difference in positions in the sport or the game, I suppose. Right, we all call it the game.
Mhm.
Men are continually on offense, so it's like, are you not rewarded, or is your value not like increased by continually scoring and getting what you want versus
And then the
letting the
opposite.
shots in? Right,
You keep getting scored on.
right.
And I would also like to put out there that, like, as a man, we don't rate the ones who be fucking everything either.
Oh,
Because
absolutely.
I think girls have it like, or women have it like this way of thinking that, oh yeah, you're a whore. No, bro, it doesn't work like that. Like, I don't rate him because he's fucking down the place
Oh,
like
no,
that.
no,
You know,
absolutely.
like I don't rate homie because he got bare bitch. Because it's like I'm looking at it like, look at the type of girls you are fucking. Number one, if you're like I said, if you're fucking high quality girls who have like, you know, a career path and they know what they're doing in life, it's different because those girls are selective too. They're not fucking the fucking hoe niggas. They're not fucking the waste guys.
Right.
They don't want to go. They're not going backwards.
Right.
So you're going forward.
Right.
I will also say though, like she don't necessarily got to be a lawyer or doing something with her life, because we don't necessarily, as men, we don't need a woman to be successful in other aspects in order for us to be attracted to him. But I would say as long as she is an attractive option for him. So whether she works a regular job, but she is bad, you feel me? Like he's getting a bunch of bad pieces and they satisfy his desires, I would say that makes him successful. Versus the guy who's like, bro, you literally take anything you could get. There is no
Yeah.
standards. There is
Right.
no
Yeah.
whether she's successful or whether she's very attractive. She's just available. Availability is the only thing that you look for. Now it's like, yeah, you're operating on desperation, and nobody really respects that.
Right. No, I would agree. I think that's the fair
And I think
valid
that's
point.
what like kind of like that's like steps to being a high value man. Like it's stuff like that because you start like eliminating the shit you don't need.
Well, like I think what people got to confused or whatever, or not confused, but like misconstrued, is where when your value increases as a man, or like let me speak on myself, for example. The more accomplished and more achieved I get as an individual, the more selective I become with who I share myself with. But that's just me as an individual. That's just my personal take, right? And I feel like the same would go in the general theory of like the high value man. Like the higher value you are as a man, you should retain some kind of selectivity. Well, you shouldn't just fuck everybody that looks at you. You shouldn't just, you know what I mean? Like the availability to access to you was also leveraged out, right? That's why I also say like a point that I was making when the argument was being brought to me was that like, yo, sure, a guy like, you know, you score a lot, you get a lot of points or whatever, points on the board, you fuck a lot of girls, that's sick. But like, you also have to realize that your availability to access is also fairly low. Like, it's not hard to fuck you if that's
Yeah.
like, you know, you're just priding yourself on, I got all these bitches
Yeah.
because I have the money.
But if that's what he wants, then I don't think that like,
it matters.
it's wrong.
Yeah, and
Because the thing is, when we're judging women for being whores, is because we know that in their nature, usually they are selective. So
Right.
to see you being the opposite of what your usual character is,
Right.
is like that's a lesser version of yourself. You used to have these standards. Now everybody could have sex. This nigga makes it his fucking goal every day to fuck bitches. You know, maybe that's not my interest, and maybe that's not necessarily the parameters of a high value man. But if he feels like, yo, that's what I want to do and it's gratifying, then I would say that he's successful in his own right. But like, the conversation you were talking about is where like this guy only focuses on that aspect of success. He doesn't think of like, okay, well, one of these women would make a good wife or a good mom, and I'd like to at some point have a family. He's only hyper focused on the sexual aspect and the obtaining of it. You know what I mean? Like I convinced these women to have sex with me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
And see that he was like not willing to accept that at some point you may have to even slow down on that activity just so you can focus on a woman and a family, which may provide you with further gratification. He was just like, nah, I'm fucking bitching. You know?
I feel you. Any final sentiments you'd like to say before we wrap it up?
If you're gonna look through anybody's phone, just make sure you're aware of the consequences behind it, and whatever. Every action has a reaction.
Boom. Yourself?
Shit. Just, I don't know, do some reflection and see where you want to be in life and what you want to do, what motivates you, and make decisions that go in that direction.
Dope. Yeah, like I said, keep your make sure you're focused and make sure you're really clear with your intentions. If you're gonna keep it real with anybody, make sure you keep it real with yourself. Yo, let the people know where they can find you at.
Castro Nero 88 at Instagram.
Yeah, I'm on Instagram 254x Mitch.
Right? And you can find me at RIPMX. We are on Uncommon Sense. Thanks for listening.